I want to look at getting started in stock photography, and I thought a good idea would be to show you some of my early shots and why I decided to do tabletop photography and model photography. This is Lightroom, and I'm looking at some of the images I took early on. I haven't adjusted any of these at all. The thing to remember is that these images will be used in articles and for promotion, so they should have some meaning to them. I started by going out and about. I just used a few props that I had on hand and took some photos. Here's a couple of examples. This first one is some sunglasses by a swimming pool, and the second one, some flip-flops, we call them, by the swimming pool. The problem here, you can see the trademark of the flip-flops, and also they're not very clean. In this one, it's kind of a bit boring because there's nothing else in it. And I found that by going out and about and taking pictures, they weren't really what I wanted. I decided I needed a model, and I thought the easiest way was to get this teddy bear that was called Sam. And if we have a look, there's one here walking on the beach, drinking orange juice and looking at the sea. I think these are okay, but it was actually a lot of work because it was hot and it was away from the apartment. So it meant I had to take props and sort it all out. Things like orange juice just weren't so easy to take to the beach and get organized, and a nice clean glass for a prop. So I soon stopped that, and I decided it was better to do it in the apartment or on the balcony. I also took a few shots like this out and about, and they're okay, but you just get some problems with them. Like here, you've got a lot of cleaning up to do. You've got debris on the beach. And this one, there are probably some things that you can't use, so it might have to be editorial. What I decided in the end was to do ones like this, which is using some props and doing it on the balcony. The advantage of the balcony, and you can see the setup here, the advantage is there's lots of natural light. I didn't need to do extra lighting, and I could just keep all the props in the room and then bring them out and swap them over, change them around a lot. It wasn't so easy because I travel a lot. It does mean a lot of props to travel with, but if you're doing this at home, then you'll have props in the house. This was a few years ago, so I wasn't sure how I took them, and I thought I might have used fill flash, but I didn't. I think I should have done, because some of these are a little bit dull at the front, and I would have to adjust those in Lightroom. What I did was zoom in quite a bit. If you look here, I'm using a 135mm lens, so it cut out a lot of the background. If I go back to the picture here, the background's quite nice, but there is a lot of rubbish. You can't really see it, but there's some telegraph poles and a lot of wires everywhere. So there was a lot to cut out, and it was good to use a zoom lens. And it also meant that the background was more blurred, which I think looked good. These here are not actually natural. They're some cloth flowers, and I just held them in front of the camera and made them blurred so you can't really see that they're not real flowers. I took some other stuff on the balcony. You can see here some pencils. They're just trying to say a statement, really, that people can use if they're doing something to do with education or maybe to do with young children. They can use these. And I also had someone take some pictures of me doing different things, so that was my start into model photography. I just tried to make a statement with these, like looking at the Kindle here. I'll need to delete this Kindle part using Lightroom or Photoshop. I've narrowed it down to 3 important things: color, interesting, and angles. So I try to have color in them. I do something that's got an interest or a little story to it, and then take them from different angles. So here I've got one from the back, and then some are closer up, some are further away. Just take lots of shots at different angles. In this last one, it's just a computer. It's an image that I did on the computer, and then I've just added my finger on it. So those are some of my early shots. And to get the ideas, I just went on to one of the stock sites, like on Shutterstock, did a search, so you could do a search there for spa, and just got some ideas of what to do, ideas of the props to use, and then an idea of some of the setups. So that's how I started, but the real thing is to just get out there, take some photos and get started. Upload them to somewhere like Shutterstock or iStock and see what results you get. You need to get accepted first, so try and get accepted. And once you're accepted, see if you can sell a few. You'll get an idea of what you enjoy taking, what you don't enjoy taking, and what sells. I'll make some videos on how to process the images in Lightroom and Photoshop, how to keyword them, and how to upload them to the different websites. So please subscribe to watch those videos.